Well, greetings, hello, and welcome to the second live stream. Dr. Phenom, hey, what's going on, man? Welcome to the literal beginning here. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you're having a good day. All right, so we've got ourselves a few save files here. This is what we started last day. And our cliffhanger was just about to get some buses going. So fingers crossed, it's an easy process, but public transit should be roaring soon. Start with that. And then I think our goal should be to get some bicycle infrastructure before that kind of gets like a little bit away from us. And we're still kind of at that, like, what are we doing with the train? Yeah, I love his layout. I think waterfront still makes sense, but probably like a crosstown. Almost like the train line coming in makes like a split. And we've got like the midtown, the downtown, the waterfront line. They all converge again or something like that, eh? That'd be kind of cool. I'd be down with that. And then I think we did. I think we did get our little bus thing set up here. My fear, though, just looking at this, is we've got some skinny roads for some wide buses. So why don't we just give ourselves a little more room here? And again, gently modded. So if needs to be some move it mod, some anarchy. I just realized these kind of swap directions is kind of cool. MJ Haas, good morning. I kind of like the mechanic as well, where you've got the extra turning lane option. Like that little eyelet right there, that's cool. All right, so just thinking out loud. We wanted downtown to start materializing over here. And so that means like a central downtown bus station would kind of make sense, right? And then smaller little offshoot secondary stations, especially along this like up and down corridor here. Oh, crime, which is illegal. Amazing day, excellent, eh? One of my favorite city Skylines YouTubers. Let's go. I started watching since I was like 12, almost 20 now. Dr. Phenom, we've grown up together. I like that. Well, you got good vibes, my dude. All right, we do have a police station, do we not? No. Did we not put a police station down? No, we did. What do you mean? We did. Yeah, we did. I'm already forgetting, eh? Well, let this do its job. I don't think we've cut the budget, have we? No. All right, well, let's let it do its job. Second police station eventually, but buses, please. So yeah, a small bus station. Like, this is the hospital right here. That's not a bad spot to it. We've got a little bit of commercial that can just be slightly moved over. Otherwise, this feels like a good, like, you know, central spot, I think, to start. Let's do that. And then if we wanted to do, like, a park and ride. Oh, that's cute. Oh, that's the wrong kind of, no. That is a rural parking lot, my friend. There we go. All right, so side profile parking for the hospital, a little spillover to help out with our bus. And then we can run a really simple bus route up and down here. And then we'll do one that maybe is like crosstown traffic. And then perhaps the crosstown can go from station to station, and then our little looping one can just go up and down on this line over here. So I'm going to put a bus station over here, which we can't afford. Oh, dear. Oh, that's very expensive, isn't it? Well, what if you built one by hand? Yeah, that's a good idea. Keep the zoning alive, get some more taxpayers to help fund this operation. Do you have a supermarket or a gas station? I think we have maybe both of those unlocked, but not placed down, eh? I do. We got from the UK pack. Yeah, let's do a large petrol. Let's put that right on this spot right here. Cute. I wish there was a way to, like, zone in Skylines vanilla little petrol stations. Like hotels, a bit more like, you know, subdivision of the zoning. That's cute, though. I think Market would need a big old spot. Market could be a good destination as well, then, eh, for the buses. I don't think we have a farmer's market, actually. That would be cute near the school, maybe. No, let's try to get some semblance out of the old, like the air quotes old port. So let's pretend that all the farmers, everyone would have met like down here, and this would have gone right into a dock. Jan, what's going on? Welcome in. Got the whole squad. And how was your day? Yeah, let's continue like that. And then we were going to want to do like a waterfront little skinny road. What's the background music? We are just using the in-game. I feel like why run into problems with audio stuff? YouTube's a bit more strict when it comes to what you can listen to and what gets like flagged and whatnot. Okay, let's use some anarchy. Let's turn on one of the key walls. We usually have a bit more variety to our music on our Twitch live streams, but I'd kind of make the argument you're not really here for the music, you know? Quite busy at work and I barely slept. Water will be your friend today, as well as us. Okay, I might raise this gently. Movement mod's cool, but it has a little bit of issues carried over from number 1 to number 2. Mainly, your trees still stay, which is kind of like, oh. Okay, always a fan of the one-way approach. What map are you playing on? We are on... Let me just double check that. Coral Riches. Bit of a flat map, but I kind of like the waterways and the coastline for this. But I am tempted to put some mountains in, though, because this is a very flat map. Which is also another criticism. Building on a hill or something, that's challenging. Is that Dr. Duck? Hello? I recognize you. Welcome in. Good morning. How we doing? All right, listen, my friend, for someone who's building literally buses to start our stream, what are you doing right now? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I think I was saving up money. No, you were not. That is an excuse. Oh, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to build my own little cutesy turnaround point for the buses right here. Can you change my username? Well, you can hide in plain sight over here. People might recognize the thumbnail, but... And I feel like Twitch is, you know, like a different alter ego versus YouTube. What transit do you have? None yet. None yet. Just starting with buses. But our goal would be to have, like, an entire team of public transit going. Okay, not a lot of rhyme or reason to this other than just simplicity. but it's sometimes all you need, right? We see somewhere for buses to pick up, drop off people, be convenient enough that people are going to take it. People see my 12-year-old picture. Well, that's okay. Yeah, YouTube's kind of an odd one, eh? I think a lot of the accounts are like much older than, say, like Twitch. And then who would have thought that YouTube would kind of evolve into like what it is now, right? Steven, well, good day. I wish we get a little pocket park in there. Parking though, yes. Dr. Duck, I hope you're well. Steven, I hope all is well with you. Motorcycle parking, that's a cute idea. All right, so kind of a bus depot, we'd call it that. Let's bring a bus along this main street here. Let's bank up this way, and then we'll head into that bus depot. And we'll probably have another one that does a loopy up and down here. Dr. Duck, that's like my first Hotmail account. Before Gmail was even out. Okay. I am of the thought that if you build it, they will come. So not a lot of transit customers yet, but the opportunity to become a transit customer is about to present itself. And our stops should be just placed far enough that it's convenient for the bus to kind of like take you there, and not inconvenient that it takes too long because you're stopping every like 2 seconds. And then I'd argue you want to be kind of close to these in case we add some other. I know these are like a little bit close together, so I'm going to do that. But we want to encourage some line sharing. And especially in cities too. It's not like any one public transit system is better than another. But when they all work together, they're a phenomenal team. I'm still waiting for the call, but one day the city's people might ask me to be the host of one of these radio stations, right? Oh, I forgot to put a bus stop over there.
Now entering thick digital games. Prepare for sensory overload.
You want it thick. Digital. Are you a man or a mountain? Digital. You ready for a game that...
Also, these fake commercials are wild.
Then come on down to thick digital and we'll hook you up to adrenaline overdrive. You won't be able to take much more of this, sir. Then hit them with everything we've got. Digital. Thick digital. It's all out more.
Okay, start that again.
Welcome to Go Nuts Donuts, the best donuts in town. We've got grapes and crawlers and creamy, crazy, crunchy critters. It's a full-on horror show at Go Nuts Donuts.
I feel like this is the same voice actor that they had for the, you know, the zoo commercial in the first one. Love to hear your voice as a radio host. I would do it. If ever an opportunity arose, I would do it.
This is your host, Cantina Forrester.
Your first email was Roxy Foxy Girl. Oh my goodness. What about the 69420 XX?
No?
All right,
Well, it
perfect.
does. I'm honest. Here's another song for you. Don't touch that dial.
A housing shortage is driving up prices.
Cute. First bus is excellent.
But apparently that's not all good news. We're joined
Okay.
by an
And then to support this bus line, because, like, you know, for example, right, if you live right here next to the bus stop and you work right here next to where it drops you off, that's convenient, right? But if you're anywhere in between, that may not help you too much right now. So why don't we try to get the loop going up and down here, and that should encourage a bit more line usage. Try, these commercials are just so wild.
housing shortage going to make me richer.
By certain metrics, perhaps yes, in the short term.
I like the sound of that.
But what we are discussing is the study of a statistical abstraction and its...
Something I've been doing a bunch of lately that I cannot describe as to why are little triangle abouts.
We're hitting the streets with Kim this hour, who is reporting about noise pollution near the city's residential zone.
Okay.
So, Kim, what are you hearing?
This happens to be my favorite of the commercials.
You're not not quite coming through. That's still no good. Can we turn Kim up a little bit?
Oh my god.
No. That's worse. Turn her back down again.
I don't normally start with the
That was
specialized industry, especially this close to town, eh?
back after this.
But it proved to be like a good moneymaker. Okay, we're still pushing for buses here. I'm getting a little bit distracted by the music. A bit more connectivity on the waterfront. And we'll just use this, I think, as a really simple turnaround point. What have I done? Did you try to change your username and it didn't work? Yeah, I really want to buy one more of these, but... Oh, no. I need to buy one more of those ones, sorry. Intersection Large Road Highway. It's a cool modded asset. I feel like the highways need more variety to them in this game. Like, the slip lane stuff are really well done, but they could be, you know, a lot better. And I feel like the bridges don't quite make sense sometimes, too. I almost wish it was like you could pick the bridge, like, you know, under, then you can pick the bridge deck. That's a lot of words right there. Yeah, the under, then the deck, then the lanes, and kind of like get a layout that way. Otherwise, I don't think I have any modded highway stuff. Yeah, I don't know if I can justify spending 100 grand on a little bus shelter right now. Cute. You know what we could do? Let's make it a little bit more of an angled. Let's do this. There we go. And then we got pick up. And we'll put one on that side too. Dr. Duck, hello, welcome back. I recognize you. Makes more sense to me. I also did not mean to, like, you know, call you out just in case you're like, you've now ruined my plan, Jedi, to hang out in plain sight. How dare? All right, cool. And then just another turnaround point. I think we're going to try to keep this farm for a little bit longer. It's kind of silly in a fun way. And then just for simplicity in here, I'm going to throw in a nice handsome roundabout, and we'll just turn around using that. Oracle Park by DM Scopio, eh? Just released to everyone from... oh, early access, cool. Now, do people like that, do they put them on their, like, Patreon or something ahead of time? I'm always curious of, like, the hustle for, like, creating the assets, because it's a lot of work, right? And I think sometimes people take commissions. I know people like Cuboid have that, like, you know, buy me a coffee. They do, okay. Because it'd be really, really wild to commission something for a series. You know what? I'm going to stop us right here for a quick second. So I've got these stops just a little bit too far away from this if we're going to be trying to encourage some line sharing. So I'm going to put poles just right here, but I'm not going to use the route that we built before to stop here. That seems a little bit redundant, but we can encourage the new route we're making to stop there. Making some eggs for some lazy dinner. Eggs are phenomenal. Egg drop ramen. Okay, now it's important to make sure that we're getting both sides of the street here, and so the roundabout helps us achieve that. I kind of listen. I'm gonna do it, eh? I'm gonna one more stop up here. Sure. I feel like initially I didn't like the fact that your bus route just would, like, you know, delete itself if you didn't finish it. But then in retrospect, like, how many cities do you have out there right now where you started a bus route, clicked off, and forgot about it, and you have this unfinished bus route just sitting right there? Yeah, it's funny. These don't seem too close together now that I see them, eh? No, that's okay. The fishing industry, I would love that as an idea. I'm going for, like, an old port that got kind of, like, you know, taken over by the city. The industry got pushed out. We still need, like, our origin story, though, but the pollution's going to be going from west to east, just like in real life. So the natural evolution would be, like, to push it this way, and then we can get more function out of the waterways over here, too. And then that means, like, the old harbor and stuff would have been, like, converted. And so keeping fishing as a small little, like, homage to that would have been kind of cool, too, I think. And that's got to go. That's got to go. So much to do. And then we have now created a little bit of traffic, my friend. Yes, we have. This could be a call for a roundabout. But I'm kind of curious as to what's going wrong right here. Oh, it's people trying to lane change, eh? Send for roundabouts. I feel like a roundabout would help here. But a lot of the problem looks like people crossing. I'm not really sure if the roundabout would solve that entirely. And then part of it, too, is like everybody wants to get over to that lane to turn left. It's a very busy corridor. I wonder if this is maybe a opportunity for like a one-way system here. The old San Francisco approach. Run out of room, so you make it one way, you can get more lanes that way. And then just alternate the one-way roads off each other. Oh, but you know what, though? We should go a little bit higher up then, eh? That way kind of makes sense for, like, on top of the school. Yeah, there you go. And that forces now our highway traffic to go a little bit further into the city before they make their turn, and then we get a lot more outflow this way now towards the highway. I just don't want to be, like, competing too much with our buses if we don't have to be. And then all the taxi cabs are just telling us that we don't have a lot of, like, good options coming in from the region still. Oh, heaven. Oh, heaven. Listen, all the roundabouts in the world aren't going to save you from this. Hey, let this run its course. You did do some zoning, too. The buses should start taking over, but... Oh, my heaven. We've created a tremendous amount of traffic, haven't we? And this is also, like, a huge bottleneck, because the highway, like, ends right here. All right, well, I think the sensible thing to do would be to zone more residents, right? No. No. Let's think about another highway on and off system. We got a little bit of money coming in. Our budget can support some expansion here, so let's buy some tiles. And if industry could have its own interchange over here, we can take some of the trucks and whatnot out of that equation. I like the free asset they added during the anniversary. Where do you find that arena? I don't think I've even seen it yet, eh? I am very hopeful, and I'm very optimistic for the Ice Flake takeover. Very rarely can a company pull this off, where they switch, like, developers and everyone's happy in the end, but you have a lot of motivated people, which is really cool to see. And there's a really passionate community that wants this to happen as well. Like, there's so many, you know, factors for why this will work, which is cool. Then you can write, like, you know, reports about it later. All right, do we have any requests for a funky or dynamic interchange here that you want to see? We could definitely do a really simple partial cloverleaf. We could swing for the fences and maybe try for, like, a diverging diamond. Well, if I can't see those icons, they don't exist, right?
A heavy storm is approaching.
Porter, Washington! I know, I made that joke last time. I don't know what's going to happen with this highway. This highway might just be a little cutesy turnpike, and then the main highway could become Porter, Washington. Because we are Lakewood. This is new Lakewood, right? What a very fun time. I always, like, the romance in my head of how much fun the city's one everything was. Oh, just forever lives rent-free. Oh, I took a screenshot. Doesn't that take you back though? That like that makes me think of Half-Life every single day of the week, eh? But yeah, F12 apparently takes a screenshot still. You'll love it. John Mary, you love the idea of the diverging diamond? Okay, let's pull that off then, eh? April, hello, welcome in. Steph, hello, good to have you. A very pleasant surprise. We're going to be doing this twice a week. I'm still trying to figure out the days, but I feel like a Tuesday and a Friday morning. We'll start to narrow it down. It's very good to have you guys hang out live with us. If I can narrow down a bit more of a schedule, we'll probably see more of you live more often with us, but my goal is to kind of make these for you to consume at your own leisure. We'll keep them 2 hours at a time. We'll get back into the YouTube. It's so silly how overdue we are for the content here. All right, what are we doing here? We need to have the, yeah. I'm going to build a parallel roads. What is a diverging diamond? Let's start with that, eh? So a diverging diamond is going to flip the transit direction. Not transit, but like traffic direction. And our goal is to have a safer on and off approach. And there's different versions of this, but for the one we're making right now, the highway version that goes into a road, we're going to have a traffic light that's going to change our traffic flow. It'll all make sense in the end here. In case you never seen one of these, but they are starting to pop up a bit more frequently, which is cool.
Are you setting a good example for your followers? Are you on a journey to find freshness? Are you tired of shopping at the dingy stores? Sure you are. That's why
My
you go to
one
Roundabout
thing
Show.
that I'm not
The
great at
ultimate
is I
destination
cannot
for
make stuff
shopping.
perfectly symmetrical, so I'm very happy that we've got a nice curve right here.
It sure is. Common groceries. For twice the price, it's twice as nice.
My commercial's too real right now.
Now entering thick digital games. Prepare for sensory overload.
You want it thick. Digital. Are you a man or a mountain? Digital. You ready for a game that rips out your
Well, those, no.
Digital. Then come on down to thick digital and we'll hook you up to adrenaline overdrive. You won't be able to take much more of this, sir. Then hit 'em with everything we've got.
Do you know that CS1 has a DDI as a placeable interchange? I believe there's one in this as well. I don't think they work, like, they're not terrible. For a vanilla interchange, this actually is pretty good. It's things like the single point urban interchanges. Those ones kind of get a little bit funky. But it's a smart design. It's not necessarily a new design, but for some reason it's really starting to take hold across North America right now. And then continuous flow. We tried making one of those on Twitch, and it was a lot of fun. It just didn't really work without a tremendous amount of mod support, though, eh? Why does that side look nicer than that side? Oh, I don't know. Not as steep, maybe, eh? Well, let's judge the end result. Let's not judge the process here. But I feel like single point urban interchanges, that is like the California special. And then not really like a rhyme or reason, but maybe more like, you know, I think the very first one I drove on was in St. Louis, Diverging Diamond. Steve, we be doing well today. We be doing well today. And the cats are well. All right, so you come on in. You've got a traffic light. This traffic light is going to stop you. It's going to, like, change. I want to split. I am not great with words, apparently, eh? You come into the traffic light. You wait for your sequence. You go to the other side of the road. And then now when you're going on and off the highway, you're going to be doing it with traffic that's kind of moving your direction. And it's going to make it a little bit safer. And I think I'm going to try to elongate that ramp slightly if possible. Words, they are hard. Thank God we're not getting paid by the word here. Or that didn't even make any sense. What? Okay, it's just the Anarchy mod I'm using. That lets me do the, I won't say key wall, but like the retaining wall the whole way through. I love that. That's a bit better. Doesn't it eliminate left turns as well? Yes, which is a major collision point. So the safety element is a lot better for the diverging diamonds. If we can follow that same curve, I would really start liking that highway a lot more. Doesn't have to be perfect, but I like that. Nothing says our gridded city can't have a few meandering straight roads, right? Okay, and so this one is going to go from here towards the highway. This is going to be a one-way road when it's finished. And this is why I like choosing a bit of a unique like curve or profile, because I don't have to worry about the symmetry. This game just basically needs like the ability to mirror what you're doing in real time. Civic, no way. Civic, my friend, good to see you back. Hello. That fired and icy. What's up, man? Welcome back, eh? How's your stream so far? Not too bad. Just getting started. Very good to have you with us today. And I just have such nostalgia for the old videos myself that I think the streams are a really good way to kind of start making content again here, but some kind of like, in air quotes, unplanned long form, which is like just the stream. And we'll have some purpose-built short form as well, but this is a really fun way just to get back into it. You on YouTube now? I'm going to be on both. We'll do YouTubes, I think, on Tuesday and Friday. And we'll end up going live on Purple afterwards on Twitch. But my goal would be to make like different content that feels different on different platforms. So whatever kind of works for you, you're very welcome to come hang out in. It just feels so silly to like not be making YouTube videos right now, you know? And I think I need one more lane for this. Another thing I find with this game, like with mods or without mods, whatever you're doing just usually takes like 2 extra steps than you think it's going to take. Kind of one of those like, you know, measure twice, cut once, make the adjustment, measure it twice again, cut it again. It just seems like a little bit extra work. And I don't really know. I don't think that's bad. I don't know if it's good. It just feels like, you know, it's a little bit extra work. And then the game loves to do stuff like this, where you're kind of like, hi, I'd like that to go very smoothly in. And the game's like, oh, no. No, no, no. Oh, could we maybe... No, 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 no. The interchange that... Oh, Yumble. Yumble's interchanges are absolutely legendary. Yumble is also a space wizard, so I feel like the two of those things are kind of like hand in hand, but he did a great job with tutorial stuff. I'm just so envious of the fact that he can look at something and mirror it correctly. Whereas like kind of right here, you can see I would like line it up 3 or 4 more times, right? This is where I struggle, but then I feel like this gives your character or city character and stuff, right? And then I wish too we could basically enforce this, like little plastic lane markers or something, because a car coming in here might beeline to that lane instead of using the slip lane. And I don't know if I can really trick the game. Civic, you're wonderful. We will see you on Friday, or feel free, of course, to check out the VOD. Drop me a comment too. But yeah, man, good to see you, eh? Yumble, you know, Yumble he got married. Like, Yumble lives a real life. I keep thinking that there's going to be a return from some of these OG giants to the content space. And it's a weird one, because Cities 2, with its awkward launch, we ended up losing quite a few, you know, skilled minds, right? But I do see him sometimes out in the real world. I'll catch him, like, on Twitch. And every once in a while, he'll just throw on his stream and be like, yo, what's going on? Romy, well, hello and welcome. Lane mathematics, it's discipline for sure, but it's not the most logical approach, unfortunately, with this game. Like, this game, even with the mods, you need a way to, like, kind of add your restrictions to be, like, enforced.
This is an emergency.
Civic, if you haven't played this in a while, now is the time to get back in.
Severe hailstorm is approaching. Damage to crops and property is expected.
Especially with how much effort they're putting into the Ice Flake takeover.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special news bulletin.
A severe hailstorm is approaching. Damage to crops and property is
Okay,
expected.
that works for me.
We urge citizens to stay inside until
Yeah, if the
sun
diverging
comes up.
diamond didn't make any sense before with my terrible, terrible explanation, hopefully this makes more sense now, right? So you exit the highway, and if you want to swing a left, because we've now diverted our traffic flow, it's just so safe and easy. And if you're getting into little, like, accidents or anything, you're not going to have a head-on collision here, eh? Hailstorms in real life, I will pull over and go under a underpass if I can. And then off to the right, you're just merging with traffic, and then bada bing, bada boom. And so we want to mirror that on the other side as best we can. That's kind of cute. And then, no. You know what? Buy me some more tiles first. Oh, Sam Burr. My God. Prez. Yes. Design. My goodness. Sel Yang. These are names, eh? Yeah. Who's back, though? Biffa's getting back into it. CPP. Reigning champion of just the vibes. Oh gosh. Overcharged Egg. He's been doing very well. Meister getting back into it. I don't know where I want this to road, but I feel like... Where do you want this to road? What did you just say? No. And then that one is from here. Another thing I missed from Cities 1, you know when you would click on this, it would tell you the height and would reset your elevation step. That was such a cool, classy thing. Now you got to kind of like guess your way there. CPP, like, he's very knowledgeable, but he's very wholesome. And he's very, like, he doesn't gatekeep the fun. And then on top of all of that, he's very good at explaining things. So it's like a... It's almost dangerous to watch the content. You'll get very addicted, you know? Wobbly. Hello, welcome in. It does feel very different, doesn't it, over here? That is my goal, though. We like streaming on Twitch. We want to try streaming on YouTube. We miss making YouTube videos, so why not stream and make it feel like a YouTube video? That's kind of what we're going for here. Okay. Oh, that's not bad, actually, eh? Bit of a long one, but... Excites me. That's his inspiration. I love him. I got to meet him last year. I unfortunately missed out on the Cities Connect that just happened a few weeks ago. I was just in the process of moving, and then last minute prices were just like skyrocketing. So it just did not make sense, unfortunately. But I got a chance to meet him the year before, and he's so wholesome. I don't know what it is about this game, but there's very pleasant creators in this space, and very pleasant viewers as well. Very PBS viewers like you. Should I meet you IRL? I do go to the Twitch cons. I don't know what kind of events there really are set up for like YouTube stuff besides like VidCon. My goal is to be like out and about this year. And then TwitchCon obviously is for Twitch, but a lot of YouTubers go to that too. And that'll be in San Diego And that happens the Friday the 13th, not a long weekend, Friday the 13th weekend of November. You love a picture? I would take a picture with you. Absolutely. I am just honored if anyone wants to say hi.
Now entering Fit Digital Games. Prepare for sensory
Okay.
overload.
Pedestrian friendly to a certain extent, but maybe don't really walk across here. We'll give pedestrian bridge, but that's kind of cool, eh? I'm starting to see it. And then, I don't know. I don't think we need the extra lane here. We could maybe make that 6. Let's continue this side, and then we'll see if we need to make any improvements. I cannot get over how well CS1 is continuing to age. Like, I literally... Dr. Duck, what do you mean you cannot go this year? You're like our Airbnb host. How dare?
Great talk with our janitor, Mr. Hayes, this morning. We started off talking about the most common thing in the
Is this like an absolute statement, or is there
right.
wiggle room?
The weather. As you know, this last week has been quite stormy, and there's been thunder. Mr. Hayes told me that I can be safe, knowing that
It is aging like fine wine, and the fact that it got new content, that blew my mind. Like, I thought that race day thing was for CS2.
More local news today. The tourism board just released their latest figures, and somehow the number.
But I'd say like CS1 holding on is kind of two things, right? One, it's a really good game, so of course it'll like age well. But two, this is still, you know, where we're at now is good, but Poor Cities 2 is just a little bit just not quite ready yet, eh?
As the aurora borealis is expected to light up the night sky.
That's right, Jim. Don't forget to look up this evening. It promises
Northern
to
Lights, very beautiful.
We're looking at clear.
You have a bachelorette party during that weekend. Oh no. Well, you will be tremendously missed. That's a shame, eh? But is it close enough that we can come crash? Like, oh god, no. But Squigglehausen, he does a lot of internal stuff too for some of the city's projects. Flux Trance, Taser, Pug Gaming. These are all such OG names. I remember him. Our UK friend. Yeah, $2.20. Strict Coaster. What is $2.20 up to these days? Is he still making content as well? This is such a fun little nostalgia trip we're on right here, eh? The city's in a snap. That was such a fun event. That was such a fun. Do you remember the last big one too with like when 5 speed? It wasn't quite a snap event, but it was more or less a snap event. But yeah, the big production one, eh? That was very fun. There was a lot of hype, right, you know, going into like the pre-CS2 launch. It's a shame, yeah, because not a lot of it kind of carried over. The game just felt too early access at launch, given what we were expecting. I think with Flux, didn't he like go to school or something? Like, he got smart, like book smart. I think he was already in school, and his CS videos were just kind of like his part-time stuff. I really don't remember. This feels like a long time ago now, eh? Okay, so finish this up, please. You're so good at getting distracted. Almost a lot of the people who did the Skylines Paradox tutorial videos are gone. I know, it's such a... In general, though, in this space, you know, you're kind of like... Unless you make it, in air quotes, right? It's just kind of like a part-time little fun hustle. So, if real life and stuff gets in the way, you can't, you know, really blame people, but... Yeah, it's just weird, because the Skylines 2 specifically, we lost a lot of people on that transition. Okay, so we can fix right down there. Oh, that's having too many nodes, I believe, yeah. Downside to Anarchy is you sometimes overlap yourself here. Oh, Civic, you should. Like, Civic, for one. Like, Cities 1, outstanding, very fun to play. But Cities 2 deserves a second look. If you guys bought this game, you parked on it, only played like an hour or two, like, it really does deserve a second shot. So like Flux's collab for the airport build. Yes, dude. My God, yes, dude. His landscapes and then his oversized infrastructure. Right when like mods and stuff were starting to kind of like really shine. It was all very cool. It was very inspirational. It felt very real too. And then he still makes content. I think I mentioned him, but Imperator. Also, banger for like making stuff feel very real. Which game do you like more? I like CS2 fundamentally more. When CS2 came out, I just basically stopped playing CS1. But I never felt like this was enough. But then going back to CS1, I felt that literally needed more. It was such a weird one. I was just consuming CS1 at like 2 or 3 times the rate that I was consuming, or that I am consuming CS2. CS1 just went harder for longer. But I've always like enjoyed this, and there's a very like addicting quality to this game, and the road building is so satisfying to the point where I could just build roads all day as kind of like, you know, therapy. This game though, it's a weird one because they tried really hard to make it feel real, or like realer than number 1, but you have all these uncanny valley moments where you're kind of like, that does not feel real, that is too silly, what on earth is that car doing? And then you're just like, oh, for Pete's sake. Civic, we'll see you soon. You have a great day at work. Be hydrated. We'll see you on Friday. Yeah, see, non-symmetrical, but absolutely functional. Smash the like. Yes, hit the like button. Actually, that helps with discoverability. Our goal would be to start trying to grow the channel again, but we have so many beautiful faces here. How do you not make content? So I appreciate you guys checking it out. If you're watching the VOD too, hi. Hope your day's treating you well. Thank you as well for being here. Dr. Duck, you are beautiful. We'll see you soon. My heart is broken, but that's okay. We'll figure it out. Yeah, I was a bit mistaken, but more or less the YouTube videos, like if you make a live stream, it just basically becomes a YouTube video after. It's just in a different tab. So I might need to do like a little community post to let people know we're kind of like getting back into this. I got to meet Flux at one of the at PDXCon right before pandemic when they were doing those in person, which also seems like a lifetime ago, eh? If you're talking to the people watching the VOD, you're speaking to people in the future. That's right. It's very wild. What a weird thought, eh? How silly it would be, eh? If the live, like, when you're done, it just, that's it. No way to save it, no way to go back or anything. Can you imagine? You're wild. All right, we got a diverging diamond. Looks good. Well connected. We got our slip lanes. We'll probably want to connect the arterial road on that side to something. I don't mind that little support kind of road going with it. Might break that in like that, and then have that maybe be like a little dead end box or something. Civic, I'm not opposed to some CS1. I just need to get some more CS2 out there, and I want to see how this ages. But if CS1 is continuing to get content, we gotta play that too. All right, let's drink some coffee here, buds. Another dorky thing that I like that YouTube does is they kind of like pick the number 1, number 2, like the top fans, the top 50 of the stream. I find that to be so dorky and fun. So if you guys interact, if you you know, respond to each other, if you like the video and stuff, you get like fan points or something to that effect. All right, let's connect this road up. Let's take a look and see how the traffic is settling. I wanted that one just to come across very simply. fair. These boxy grid cities, they just basically build themselves, don't they? Like, that makes super sense. I love that interchange. I was saying tremendously last stream that, like, the highway, I just didn't like it because it didn't flow correctly. But now we're making the city kind of, like, flow with it, and I'm really enjoying it. And again, we're like a grid city, but, you know, a little bit of meandering. Is that Pino? What's going on, dude? Captain Pino, welcome in. Do you like Tycoon or simulator games? I like them both. I think simulator would be my desert island choice, though. And I'll simulate anything. City building just happens to be like my absolute favorite jam. There was something just really fun and addicting about SimCity. Every iteration of it. You named a bridge after me! No way. Well, I'm honored. I like trams. Trams are superior. I love how they did trams in this game, too, with the center island, like, turnaround. Alright, let's get a tram. Waterfront tram system. Let's go. We're going to be going broke here. Why are you doing this? I need trams. I need trams. You've inspired me. We need them. Let's get a fresh block of housing. Let's sneak a peek at traffic. And let's do a waterfront tram line. Let's go full speed ahead with public transit. Just make sure we can afford it. Oh, this was our power line corridor. Yes. Okay, so the one-way roads can go through this. Oh, also, too, I don't want to say, like, elephant in the room, but, like, we are more or less kind of like a cities and simulation channel. I'd like to try to keep a lot of that flow for this channel alive. Play some games that are kind of adjacent, but I was tempted to try a different YouTube channel and then have some experimental content. Just games we wouldn't normally play, or you'd be like, oh, I didn't know Jedi liked that game. No way. Like those kind of games. What are those games? I don't know yet, but... What I am trying to say, though, is expect some Skylines for, like, the short run, but we probably will try some, like, Transport Fever. That's about it. No, I'm trying to think of some other simulation games, but it'd be kind of fun. We have a new bus driving game, too, coming out. Same people that make SnowRunner. That's kind of cool. But if you guys have suggestions, I could create, like, a little poll or... little post that we could get some thoughts out together on. And I always encourage people, doesn't matter where you're watching from, join our Discord. Great way to kind of bridge our different live stream communities together. Is there a lot of business simulated games like bars, restaurants, hotels, motels? Do you like Yang? Have you seen Retro Rewind? That one you're running like an old school like Blockbuster style video store. That one is so much fun. You left Twitch? Not at all. No. We're just going to be streaming on YouTube to try to take advantage of the fact that we put so much effort in back in the day to get all you beautiful folk in here, you know? How do you not make content? So I think twice a week on YouTube, and then 3 times on Twitch. Maybe a bit more even.
We will lay out on our table and show you everything. Then we measure you.
And then the Twitch streams, the way I make them, not for everyone, which is totally fair. And I'm personally enjoying how like throwback and like calm this feels. But then I yearn for more sometimes with Twitch, so.
Now entering thick digital games. Prepare for sensory overload.
You want it thick, digital. Are you a man or a mountain?
Yeah, Retro Rewind is like one of my favorite offline games right now, strangely. They had a demo that I just could not stop restarting. It's like, you know, you've like 1 week in game to play. I think I did like 3 runs with that. It was tremendous.
Then hit 'em with everything we've got. Digital, thick, digital. It's all out war.
Like, I don't know. How would that do, I wonder, eh? If we were to play that one day.
Hello, everyone. So I got this question from one of our listeners where he was asking...
No way!
Ever reflected over the fact
Kaisel,
that
thank you!
Lounge FM
Yo!
is the only radio
That is
network in
incredibly
the world
generous. Thank you very much for that.
broadcasts from above cloud level.
Guys, if
valid
you got some
question, I
love
have
to
to
throw
say.
into the chat, we
I
appreciate
spent
that.
some time
Guess
thinking
who?
about
I don't even know.
In
Who
my
is this?
conclusion, based on the assumption that we are
Kyle's, thank
the
you.
only radio station
Let me know if I'm pronouncing that even
broadcasting from
correctly.
above cloud level,
It's fun
is
when
that
you
the
guys have
music we
the
play
different
takes us
username than
to
on Twitch, eh?
unimaginable
Thank you.
heights, which requires that we, as a radio
Whoever you
station,
are.
is on par with the music, and therefore we need to broadcast from above
I don't like
cloud
that.
level. Does that make any sense? Probably not. Here's another song for you.
Industry in the region
Well, that's very
is
helpful.
on the rise, and when
And we
business
appreciate
is
that tremendously.
doing well, that floats our boat.
There's no sinking this boat, Glenda. And on to our
Magnificent, but
feature
no
spot.
way.
Commercial
No way. The
distribution
greatest
has
Twitch
secured
username
attracting
that
more
somehow...
high-end
Yo, what's going on, dude?
bringing the latest in
Hello and
luxury
welcome.
to our neighborhood. You can now
Welcome back
shop
to
for
the
designer
YouTube
shoes
videos.
while sipping a fancy local
I don't know,
Junk from
like, I don't know how to call this. It's a
or
live stream on YouTube that most people will watch as a VOD. So, like, what do you, you know?
Thanks, Jim.
What do you call this?
We'll be back after this.
Other than just a lot of fun.
A chilly day with temperatures a little low, so if you're heading out, don't forget your...
Okay, that's some very nice looking expansion to our roads here. I'm going to zone this for some housing. That should allow some new people to try out our interchange. If we're going to be basically doubling the size of our city footprint here, which we'll definitely do when we fill this out, we'll need some more services. I'm not making the world of money. Oh, actually, I am. I lied. Oh, why do you have no money then? Oh, I think I just spent it all. Oh. All right, well, get some taxpayers in here, please. I feel like I'm a little bit in circles with this game. And then I'm going to be a bit hesitant of trying to, like, zone all this at once. I'd like to avoid the death wave. Airport would be so cool. Oh, Sim Airport, what you're talking about. Oh, Lang. Or sorry, Yang, sorry. A lot of Tycoon games like Sim Airport and Sim Casino, Arcade Tycoon. Yeah, I got a key to one of the casino ones. And then Prison Architect, that's been taken over by Paradox, has it not? Rail, what's going on? It's not the Jedi I know. The old one always changed the radio to music I know. That kind of stuff was, you know, a bit much to try to, you know. I am the king of overthinking. I am the king of worrying about stuff that you shouldn't worry about. So I'm trying not to worry about that, but now I'm self-conscious. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Okay. Trams along the waterfront. Yes. What if you did a tram that made an L shape? Oh, that'd be so cool. Do we find any Decepticons on the far side of the moon? No, unfortunately not. That's such a crazy... I am just in awe at the photos and the footage and the streams and the content. And what a, like, beautifully nerdy group of astronauts they sent up, eh? And have Canadian representation up there. We're so proud. When I was a kid in Canadian grade school, I got to meet Mark Garneau, who was a Canadian astronaut. And I think I was like 10 or 11 years old. They picked one person from every class to go on stage and ask him a question. I apparently had the most competent question out of my group. Everyone's like, do you like dinosaurs? Mine was like, hi, when the Canadian Air Force told you you were going to be going to astronaut stuff, how did that feel? And so I asked him, and it was like a real question. I thought it was so cool. That inspired me. So imagine the next group of kids getting, you know, fired up over this. You need that. You need that right now. And Mark Garneau went on to be our transport minister. How about that for some smart policy? Okay, beautiful grids. Very nice. Don't just build. You got to zone at some point, too. That's what I'm saying. The road building is so much fun in this game. All right, we're leaving that open. It's the power line corridor. I don't want to overdo it with the trams. I think waterfront tram for sure. I just want to encourage some more line sharing, but... Perfect. April, I don't know how to, like, sometimes just stop that, like, you know, that background, like, you know? That nagging, I don't know. Like, part of me worries for a reason, but the other part of me is just kind of, like, afraid of the results, you know, good or bad. I get comfortable with what I'm doing. I don't want to change what I'm doing. But then sometimes the change is amazing. You just don't see it till you're, like, through it. Or, like, you know, the ever-famous, you get to the halfway point, think it's not worth it, and then you spend the, you know, almost more effort to like, backtrack, right? Phenom, no problem at all, dude. I really appreciate you coming in. We'll see you on Friday. If not, you know, check out the rest of the VOD. Drop me a comment. Appreciate your vibes. And thank you for keeping us company. Bro, this game, when it's like 90 is 90 and that's 90 and that's 180, this game just loves to lose the plot. That's okay. We don't need perfect symmetry. I'll go crazy over it. Steven, lunch acquired. Well, bon appetit. Yeah, let's zone our people through here. This is downtown, so the density has to scale back up. It's just not an entire city can be apartment buildings, because good golly, where is that traffic going to go? Message retracted. Uh-oh, was that you making memes, or a bot just get you there? There's a record shop simulator. That's such a cool industry that's growing again, eh? I could do Cities 2 once a week and then Cities 1 once a week. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I'm ready to get back into CS1 because it's got some content, but I feel like this is the time now to jump into CS2 and go hard with this, right? When was the last dev diary from the Ice Lake studio, right? That should be coming soon. And they said they're doing patches like once a month or so. Okay. Davis, hello there. I've somehow gone entirely broke just literally building roads. My goodness, dude. My goodness. That's why once a week for both. It just, yeah, I mean, I'm not opposed to that. I'm not opposed to that. I just feel like carrying momentum. Like, only a Sith deals in absolutes, you know what I'm saying? But if this continues to keep us, you know, interested in and all that stuff, we'll just need more games to play, so. It's kind of annoying when you draw a nice roundabout, but the zoning spawn is inconsistent. I agree. And the roundabouts in this game, they're just not, they're not quite it. Like, it's really, really cool having that one-click roundabout button. But I want like a Dutch-style roundabout where there's enough room for like cars and people. Let me show what I mean, just in case anyone's like, what are you talking about here, eh? Read that again. It's kind of annoying when you draw a nice road network. Oh, for God's sakes. Listen, I got roundabouts on my brain, buds, all right? Roundabouts on my brain. No, I'm just saying I want a roundabout. I know that's not what you're saying. That's what I'm saying now. I want a roundabout that's like true Dutch style. So there's like people crosswalks that are just behind, so there's enough room for a car to go. That way we're not constantly stopping for people. I don't know if I have like the patience to do this on every single roundabout. But like an efficient roundabout would allow a car to queue, then the people, and that way if an opportunity presents itself, you can enter. You don't have to have the people be an issue, right? It's almost like a roundabout hybrid. But I don't know. These end up taking a lot of space. And then the one-click buttons, right? You don't quite get the crosswalk correct. I didn't really show it there, but the pedestrian bridge, I did download that, actually. I was tempted to put it in over here, but it looked like the bus network and then our new highway interchange just gave enough relief to the traffic here that we don't have to stress about it. But I do have that in place, or sorry, downloaded. Where would I find that? I think it's in your pedestrian somethings. Oh no, it's in your this one here. Yes. This also just takes up so much space. This is base game? No, this can't be base game. No. Unless there's a different one base game. If we see that, like, paradox yin-yang symbol, the green-black one right there, half and half, that means it's from the workshop. Otherwise, we can see if it's from, say, like, a content pack. There's a bunch! Oh! Well, in that case, where do I find those? Okay, this one is cool, but she is large. Oh, I want that to go right there, actually. I'm tempted. I am tempted. I am tempted here. This seems kind of kooky. I'm going to pull this back just a smidgen. I feel like the game just needs a very simple move it mod. Can I not work with that? No. When that's in, it's in, eh? Okay. I like the idea of it. I very much so do. I just think that intersection needs to be a little bit further out, and I can't really be bothered to move that road up if I don't need to. Oh, you mean these pedestrian bridges? Yeah, these must be them, eh? Oh, that's cool. That's super cool. That'll be handy. All right, getting a little bit sidetracked here. I keep thinking we have all the time in the world, but we're halfway through our operation today. My goodness. Yeah, I think a pedestrian-covered bridge going along here would look kind of nifty.
Now entering Fit Digital Games.
I am absolutely over this commercial. You know what I mean? All right, old Jedi is back. We're changing. Kind of forgot you could do that even. There's oh, some under parks as well, eh?
You're listening to Cloud Lounge FM.
Maybe not.
This is your host, Cantina Forrester.
We're live.
Music harmony. Hello. No video cam. No, I've never really done one before on YouTube.
Road maintenance services.
I don't really feel like I need one over here. I try to like make content that I enjoy consuming. And for me, I really like not knowing what the host looks like. You know, whether it's radio or whatever.
This just in from traffic. If you're thinking about hitting the streets, you can expect delays on the major roads.
That's not bad. It could be a little bit taller.
Good to know, Jim.
Especially in that little
Seems
spot.
like everyone is in a hurry to get somewhere fast. It's worth slowing
Oh, a
down.
lumber yard, a certain Stevens hardwood.
Oh, I don't know. I'd rather wait an hour in traffic than to have to start thinking about everything all the time. Besides, if I did that, I'd never get anywhere.
Okay, let's raise this up.
Looking like a wet one today. I'm gonna keep dry and stay inside. Local weather all day, every day.
If this city does make it to late game, which no reason why it shouldn't, our plan should be to get like all of these specialized industry unlocked for the signature buildings. This is kind of like the Industries DLC mini game. And then to do that, you'll need very strong inputs. And then if you guys haven't played the game in like a hot minute, we have a new production tab now. That's kind of nifty. That'll show you as a quick snapshot, like what's good, what's bad. And so if we could, the big stuff that's being used the most right here, if we could produce that domestically, that would help tremendously with our budget. And we are profitable, so I'm not too worried about that. We're just spending money very, very quickly, though. Yeah, see, that's cool. That should be enough room for trucks and stuff to still come through. And then say from, like, here, we start going downward. And this game needs, I believe Bruce is working on it. The network connections mod that was very popular in CS1. I think he's trying to work on a CS2 version. And one of my favorite features of that was like making the like spiral staircases, spiral road infrastructure. Because that'd be really cute, like a little spiral ramp or something right there. What if we did that the bridge the whole way? Oh, nifty. The bridge segments need to be, yeah. Huh. Like, the curve itself can't be in the whole profile. The bridge piece needs to be, like... I don't know. How do I explain that? The segments won't allow me to do what I want there, but I don't dislike how it ended up. I might try curving this now for fun. Music, how's your day going? Appreciate you tuning in over here. And our goal, Music, is streaming on both platforms. We may even add a bit more width to that. My state would never approve that pedestrian infrastructure. No? Too expensive or just no. I mean, like, that's cool to look at, but, like, holy heck, that is not great on the eyeballs for symmetry, right? I don't know, man. I'm not a mathematician. You're offered a lot of angles and help and everything here, but, like, how do I use this, right? The money. I don't know. I feel like financial stuff shouldn't stop good policy. You know, obviously that's like, oh, okay, bro. But, like... I don't know. Smart infrastructure shouldn't be stopping us because of money or whatever. I don't know. I'm really not great with words today. I don't think I've been sleeping all that well. I did just get kittens. I think last stream we were making kind of a meme about whether they were going to get them or not. But I did. I haven't slept very much over the weekend. I feel like it shows today.
Traffic slowdowns
Oh my heaven.
crops and property are expected.
The bridges are under City Station's creator pack. I don't know if I've downloaded that then. Where did these ones come from? Are these just like normal vanilla ones? Well, that's bridges and ports. So yeah, I might have a few packs that I have not gotten the key for. That's cute. Oh, I'm doing good. I haven't played Cities in a while. Oh, it's a good time to get back in, eh? Iceflake Studio is, I believe, working on their next patch. But the, like, developer has split, so Colossal and Paradox are no longer a union, which is a crazy thought. And then Iceflake Studio, who worked on Surviving the Aftermath, which is kind of a fun little colony game. They're taking over development. And they had their first successful patch and hotfix go live. And then, yeah, we should be, like, coming up on the second. That was released during the anniversary. Okay. Yeah, that's when I was moving. I think I've got some keys I can still redeem for, but I'm just a little bit behind the news and trends for this game. And then I missed some of the inside, you know, sneaky stuff by not being able to get to the Cities Connect. Which is all good. All good. But a little bit of FOMO, you know? It would have been a chance to see some of my Cities friends. It's, like, symmetrical enough. And it gives us enough room to maybe, you know, slap another connection point on there. But that's very nifty looking for us just kind of pulling this out during a quick conversation here. I like that. I do like that. I feel like that side should start getting a little bit lower sooner. Please and thank you. For the you have to unlock the arena. Okay. And that one was a free update, or that is something you also have to opt in for? Yeah, see, I like the smoothness of those segments versus that one going down then flat. I don't know. All right. Do we have a side street going between these two? No, just some Lawn Boy properties. Okay. If we could make some of the streets line up with the ones across the highway, that'll add a bit more visual niceness. But we certainly don't want that. Oh, no, I'm asking for the arena. Do you have to unlock it? I have no idea where it is. I'm going to assume you have to unlock it. But I have not even seen what it looks like. Landmarks? That's from the workshop. Ferris wheel. Oh, that's all the old stuff here. Tourist attractions? What's it, let me just do a little search for arena. Under sports, Ice Flake Arena! Signature building? Yeah, commercial signature building. So before I just go ahead and plop it down, do we just immediately have access to it? Does not look like it, but I could just plop it right away because of Anarchy and our Find It mod. Unless I'm mistaking this. Which one do you use? Yeah, okay. So milestone number 9, Great Town. That's all it takes. Okay, that's not too bad. That's not too bad at all. Dare I say that's actually doable and fairly reasonable. You know the Imperial Tower that Bad Peanut made? That is like an homage to us. And I have never successfully unlocked it. I don't want to use Anarchy to place it down. I've seen it and it's beautiful, but I want to organically unlock it. And you need a lot of level 5 buildings. Office buildings, I think. Okay, well, I'm clickbaiting kind of today as like transit, right? We've done a lot of stuff in the city. Very few transit things, but if we could get a functional tram line going before today's stream is up, I would love that. And I feel like for next stream, not to get too far ahead of ourselves now, but maybe next stream we can dedicate the bulk of it to getting the old waterfront, maybe getting the fishing assets going, the old harbors and whatnot. And that should start to take us into how do you want the trains to go kind of feel. That'd be kind of fun. And then, I don't know, I feel like naming some stuff after some signature moments from our old fields would be kind of fun. Porter Washington Parkway, you know? Stadio, I can't even say your name. Staditionalist. Your name works in my head, but not out loud. I do want to keep these bite-size stream portions. Stream length of 2 hours makes sense to me. Not everyone knows we're back streaming over here yet. We're making content. Don't want to overwhelm someone. And then a couple hours here and there, you know? Okay, so new houses, new jobs. Keep moving the industry down. And then I really want to do a tram that runs along the whole way, but let's do a bus to start. And then the bus can get some friends this way. You can swap lines and everything. And then if it needs to be, we can upgrade this to a tram eventually. I just feel like a double tram line is going to be so expensive. I think nationalist. Yeah, I literally can't. Like, stadionalist. I literally can't. My brain can do it, but my words, no. And I'm a little bit sleepy today, and it's actually like, I can feel it. My girlfriend and I got kittens over the weekend. We slept like 6 hours in like 4 days as a result. 100% worth it. Verbal dyslexia, kind of, but only for certain pronunciations, which is like silly. All right, a nice big park with a turnaround point for the bus would be kind of nice. And then I feel like if we keep the streams also 2 hours, we might just get to that point where it leaves you wanting more. That's how I felt last stream. I was kind of shocked at how fast we hit our 2-hour mark. And I'm shocked that we're already at over an hour. Like, I haven't even done anything so far. We built 1 bus route and 1 diverting diamond. Kittens, both a gift and a curse. Yes, but they're so precious. No, they're very sweet. We got very, very lucky. Real city planning also takes time and shouldn't be rushed. Yeah, I have this, like, I don't know. There's nothing really wrong with the pace of this game. I just feel like sometimes it's a little bit slow. And you have to, like, you know, just spend a few extra minutes, like, readjusting. Like, remeasuring and recutting. It's almost like there's, like, too many steps sometimes in what you're trying to do. But then, like, yeah, what's the problem? Just sit back and enjoy. I don't know. Measure once, cut twice, but then you go back and, like, measure again, and readjust, and then measure again, and... I don't know, you're not in a rush, but it just, certain things take a little bit, like, 1 or 2 extra steps almost. I don't know. I don't know, I think I just yearn for late game. I haven't really seen too much, like, Skylines 2 late game. It's like a digital model railroad town. You want to get to the point where, like, it's kind of doing its thing and you can sit back and just eat dinner and watch it play, you know? All right, cute. A new bus line. And then I'd make the argument, we probably want one maybe cutting across here. Or we could do one big old box between them all, and that could help out with a little bit of the line sharing.
A storm is approaching the city, and the likelihood of hail is very high. Traffic slowdowns and damage to crops and property are expected.
Or does that one go here and then go that way? And then down to here. Let's do that. Let's do that. Again, it's the interconnected network that makes the... you know, the public transit stronger. It's not like any one form is better than another, but the more connection points, the more we can encourage some line sharing, the better everything will be in the end. And then because we're taking out a bunch of parking spots along these main roads here, we'll want to replace those too. And then, you know what, let's put that a little bit further, like closer to that side of the street. And then those guys can go there, and that can encourage the line share. Just walk across the street, basically. One thing from CS1 I wish they would bring back is how the road naming worked. I don't dislike it in this. I don't like the fact that you have to kind of, you know, readjust the name. I don't know. How did they do it in 1? I'm trying to remember. I think I'm drawing a blank now. Might need to expand our bus depot now. Cool. I'm so broke. How are you so broke? I don't know, dude. Buying that park was expensive, apparently. And then we are using 11 out of 23. Let's 3-speed for a second. It's 12, 13. Keep going. Yeah, as far as I know, in CS1, you click on the name, and that's the road. You can't change it, or... Where do you get your Skylines 2 mods? 'Cause I can't find any good trustworthy... Oh, you get them straight from the game itself, eh? Like, if you go to the main menu, you'll see, like, click into the game. You'll have, like, basically the Steam store, like, within, yeah, within the game itself. I don't know if it's still in a beta format, but your mods and your assets are kind of looped together. They call them all mods. And it's either going to be a core mod, which will change gameplay, or it's like a regular mod, which will add like a building or something. And then you can get like a browser version of that as well. You can sign in to that, and you can download and adjust your playset that way. Otherwise, I honestly don't even know how to do it outside of the game. I'm sure there's like a third-party website you could download some custom assets, but that stuff makes me a little bit nervous. We were talking earlier, though, about people who do stuff on, like, Patreon and some custom content. So they might have some assets you could download that you would inject yourself, but I try to keep it as simple as possible. And, like, please don't break my game kind of feeling, too. Okay, I'm going to put some mixed housing up and down here to get some commercial.
A severe hailstorm is approaching. Damage to crops and property is expected. We urge citizens to stay inside until the storm
Man,
has
another
passed.
hailstorm, eh? Yeah, so in CS1, you could click on a road, and you could move the ends of the road around. This is starting to kind of make... Steven, I remember, like, the blue arrows and those kind of, like, the priority roads and stuff now for the stop signs. That's starting... I'm getting some weird... I have just shy of 7,000 hours in CS1, and I've played it once in the last 2 calendar years, and I genuinely do not remember. I remember the core basics, but a lot of that kind of stuff, I'm like, huh, what are you saying, you know? People call Home Alone 1 also Home Alone 1 without being in the name. Sure, but there's like only because they made a sequel, right? Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, CS1. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah. Because it was just CS. Oh, yeah, that's a weird one, eh? Don't do this. My brain can't take this. I'm going to circle back. Please see that I have not slept very much. Huh. Yeah, City Skylines 1. Fun game, good game, great game. I like Cities 2 a bit more. I want this to kind of, you know, be the one that everyone's like, oh my goodness, CS2 is so good. I can't even think about going back to 1 unless I want, like, nostalgia. Implode, hey, what's going on? Good to see you again. Haven't tuned into since the first CS came out. Let's go, eh? It is a very good time to try CS2. Rocky start to the game's launch. Crazy to think the game came out like 2 years ago at this point. Like crazy. But they've switched developers. They're very serious about getting, you know, the momentum back. Winning the sales. It's a very fun, addicting product. It always has been. You just hit that wall where you're like, oh, I think it needs more content. You would hit that too soon for this. Or, you know, you try something that is just illogical for how it, like, responds. And you're kind of like, well, that kills the vibe slightly. Steven, we will see you soon. I appreciate you coming in and keeping us company. You are a gem, my friend. All of you, I appreciate the company today. And if you're just joining us, hello. My goal is to do Tuesdays and Fridays. And then for me, I want this to be more like a live action YouTube video. And I feel like I'm a little bit distracted, having a lot of fun chit-chatting with you guys. But our goal is to be a bit more focused, make content that kind of makes sense for the story progression. Because we only have 2 hours, I can't just do like non-stop show and tell and be like, oh, guess what happened this weekend? Is that Panda? Hello there. Welcome to the stream. We're just chit-chatting about the finer things, like some kittens you perhaps might know. Tavish, I miss your face. Well, I miss being here. It is nice to be missed. You know, it can be more awkward than me coming back and everyone being like, ooh, no, dude. Yeah, no. Performance implode. That should be coming soon. I feel like the argument can be made, why work on performance if so many of the game metrics will be changing, but compared to how it was at launch, this is a night and day comparison now. And if you genuinely are just kind of basing, like, you know, off of launch week, how the game played then to how it is now, like, it's not a fair comparison. You got to try it yourself and see how it's different. Oh, cool. Oh, that's milestone 6. Cool. Oh, that was because we zoned a certain amount of houses. Oh, of course. Yeah, I'm going very grid. Very North American grid here. It's very, like, you know, for cities too, the grid works very well. We'll definitely have some meandering roads, especially following some of our, you know, coastlines, that kind of stuff, but North American grid, easy to get around, easy to expand. But we should have like a different grid over here that we're going to try to blend together. We're going to have some hybrid of all that. Very Seattle. Very Seattle in that sense. But this will be the downtown core. This will be kind of like the older part of the town. That'll be the old harbor and waterfront. And then we're going to be going to build up Big Harbor over here. And then someone mentioned an airport earlier. We could do like an island airport. Would be kind of nifty. Is you back at it? Well, it's good to be back at it. And the little kitties are doing very well. Being very mischievous. Okay, let's zone some more people. We're taking little gaps in between our zonings. We don't just run into a big death wave. We're getting some new taxpayers.
Now entering Fit Digital Games. Prepare
No,
for
this
sensory
commercial,
overload.
no. I'm going to take the ads off. Are we taking the ads off? Yeah, let's take the ads off. Okay, so terraced. I like the UK houses a lot.
You're listening to Cloud Lounge FM. This is your host. Continue.
The new zoning tool, I don't really like it. I don't think it's bad, but it's not really what I want, though. Like, my goal right now is to have all the houses face the same direction. And then me turning up zoning there just pushes the squares too far back. So I think this is really, it's a good start. But I need more, like, I don't know.
Thanks, Jim. We'll be back after this.
Do you know what I mean? I need more control over this. Because this doesn't really help me, right? Yeah.
In the city.
Road maintenance services have already been dispatched, and traffic flow should return to normal. But if you're planning a quick trip out,
This feels like
you might
cheating, but
want
it's
to wait
not bad.
until
Then we have room
everything
for
goes out.
trees and bushes and stuff too, eh?
You already know about it.
What is the most significant change to this game since launch? Oh gosh, probably the performance. Like, the first few days when this game came out, you could not literally build a big city. Like, some areas that had too much traffic because of the teeth gate. You remember that? For some bizarre reason, every single sim, when this game came out, all of their teeth were rendered in, like, 4K or something. So you could do the most awkward zoom in possible to someone's smile. And then all of this was just occupying your RAM. And you're like, what? Why? And so they fixed a bunch of that stuff. And now the game just runs so much better. Like, comically better. So I say performance is like the night and day shining. And then out of nowhere, the Bridges and Ports DLC, I think that's really, really good. I don't think that's like a fair kind of comparison for like launch to now, but that DLC ended up being like Sunset Harbor DLC, where it wasn't quite just harbors. Like, for it to be called Bridges and Ports, you get tons of park stuff. You get fishing stuff. So it's kind of like an all-encompassing DLC. So I like that, but I don't think that's really fair. What's your view on the workshop now that assets are available? It's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. The workshop in Cities 1 was so good. it was done through Steam, so you're basically limiting your player base to Steam to use it. Now that it's built into the game, theoretically everyone can use it, whatever platform you're on. They do need to add some performance to that, though, because since the workshop went live, I've noticed the game takes a few extra minutes to load. But that's like, you know, a problem we had with Cities 1, right? Because, yeah, at launch, the game was very beautiful. At launch, the road building was very addicting. Do I have any favorite asset? I like the Buckies. Gosh, I have like another city. I don't want to cross the boundaries too much here because I don't have like the right playset running for it. But I've got like different cities here that we work on over on Twitch. And there's some wild custom content. And one of my favorite things to do, which we should do over here for memes, is I love magic roundabouts. And we can make one in like 2 seconds when we play this. We're doing our, Actually, I mean, I don't know. I want to play this game almost like it's intended to be played instead of just kind of like trying to make it feel real. I think the intention for some of these is to have, like a laneway back there. Do I have the Walmart asset? I got the Wally Mart. I've got Bucky's. I've got, IKEA. I've got, Costco. Yeah, that's cute. That way we can have commercial face this. Panda, how was your day at work? Yeah, if there's some interest, though, one day we can boot up another city and mess around with that. Okay. We have ourselves about 25 more minutes. I'd like to try to get some trams rolling in that time there. But our, like, clickbait, like, let's work on some transit, has kind of materialized, which is cool. We've got a bus route that goes up and down this way, very handy. Another bus route that goes from here up to here, very handy. We have a bus route that goes up and down this street, and the one that goes across. So pretty decent coverage. Definitely could make that a bit better, especially a little local one in there, but... The Target, yeah, there's, I believe his, it's like Beaver something, eh? He's making a bunch of these big box stores. Oh, no, Mondo, I do find it helpful. I think it's a really good start, especially for, like, you know, having, you know, this or nothing. I just, like, if I wanted to disable this, it's not really what I want, though, right? Like, this road's a really good example. What if I wanted to have the entirety of the housing just on these two side roads, right? So, like, that helps me more than the road zoning tool, even though the road zoning tool is cool. And so I think, like, a lot of stuff in this game, it's a really cool idea to start, but it needs to be kind of, like, flushed out more. Hope you make some more. Well, you gotta sneak a peek, you know? See if there's like a Patreon and want to buy a coffee or something. Drop a comment, say some nice words. All that stuff just really helps fuel the creation space. 99% of people just kind of do this for the fun of it. No one's really getting rich off, you know? You don't just walk down the street and be like, guess what my job is? I make assets for CS2. And you're like, huh, really? And how does that pay? Not very well. No, you know what I mean? You do it for fun. It's a hobby until suddenly it's not, but... But I do think the workshop is really well done. And then, like, you know, the elephant in the room, if ever they make a console version, it would include the console people, which will be kind of cool. In episode reviews all morning. I can't believe it's already past noon, eh? Well, that means the day is just flying on by, and that's good. This game needs more trees. Yes, please. Padelmo, in air quotes, you know. Not in air quotes, Padelmo's entered the chat, right? His ears just perked up somewhere, I'm sure. Okay. New customers to try out our transit. You'll love to see it. So if you're building me a tram depot... one, let's unlock it. Sure. Cool. Ooh, Metro. Did you ever build a Costco in City Skylines? I haven't officially put it down in CS2. We did a lot of those kind of builds in CS1, which I loved to do. Loved it, loved it, loved it. And there was a lot of people, this is back when I was living in old Toronto. A lot of people from Toronto making content for cities. And so they would make like copycats of real buildings, which was awesome. And then someone would just have like the vibe. And then JSF, I believe was his username. He was making a lot of content for CS1 for Sharana. And we had our like Sharana build-along contest. So all that stuff was just kind of dorky and fun. And I feel like that is what really makes these games like age and last. So if you guys want Costco in here, I'm not opposed to that, eh? Very bizarre. Players call it City Skylines 1. I know. Well, I only say CS1 because of CS2. And since you mentioned that, now I can't stop thinking about, like, you're right. You know, that's not... Yeah, City Skylines and City Skylines 2. Okay. So, tram turnaround, eh? I say CS1. I feel like if I say CS, people think I'm talking about Counter-Strike. That was a big problem. But when I say CS1, they also think Counter-Strike, 1. So it's kind of like, huh. I don't know. I never said CS1, obviously, until, like, CS2 came out, so I don't know. I'm not very helpful right now. I'm like, no, not really, eh? No, that's okay. I don't like how that curve came about. Let's redo that, please. I built a road in Counter-Strike. Let's go. Rush B. No. Pave B. Oh, okay. I used to play me a mighty amount of Counter-Strike back in the day. Cal IM, baby. Like, that's all cool. Like, the way the road curves, you can go over top of the other one. Like, that is such a cool feature. Road building alone. This game is just better than the first one, but... Ooh, I do like that, actually. Especially how it kind of takes over that one. Or Mother Rush Eye. Oh my god, get out of here. That's a nice... That turned out nice, didn't it, eh? Just for us kind of memeing around here. And it's not too tight to still make that turn. Let's bring the pedestrian part back in. Although, this would be a very nice spot for a rather large roundabout. That'll help the tram come through. Yeah, lose the lane right before the roundabout. That hopefully isn't too much of a bottleneck right there. And only because I mentioned it, and I have to build them in every city because I'm a crazy person, we'll have to do a magic roundabout for downtown. And then some beautification, just so we're not getting too far behind with that. Okay, trams, please. So tram depot right next to the highway. Fantastic. That just barely fits. You'll love it. I don't know, dude. I don't know. That's very close to fitting. Vincent! Hello, welcome in. How's she going, buds? Vince, not too bad today, eh? Not too bad at all. Could use a little bit more sleep. That's kind of self-inflicted with our beautiful kittens. You know what? Let's just slap that right down here. Then we can do tram-only tracks that leave this. And we'll talk ourselves through what we're doing here so it makes a bit more sense, but I like to have a tram kind of end in the middle of the road and then swing back on. So if you don't know how to do that, let's go over that together. Otherwise, Vince, not too bad for progress today. We built a diverging diamond. We've added some bus routes. We're adding a tram line right now. We have some good chit chat. I've noticed that I'm feeling the sleep deprivation a bit today. Words are slightly difficult today too. Okay. One more road in between these two would make me happy.
Hello, and welcome to Cloud Lounge FM. With me, Cantina Forrester. We got lots to talk
Nerd,
about
hey.
today.
I went to bed at 1 a.m. and woke up at 6:30. You'll be fine. Yeah, but you know, I'm delicate.
And on
You're
to our
strong.
main feature story. The commercial district is booming as the area is attracting more.
I'm like a
high-end
house cat
stores,
myself, you know.
bringing the latest in luxury to our neighborhood. You can now
Got most of the
shop
boxes
at
out of the
luxury
house, just
while
one
sipping
left.
fancy
You're a
wine,
little bit
shopping
ahead of me. I've got a few things still
Or
to do,
so
Dr.
our
Duck.
wife tells me. That's good for business and good for the community.
Thanks, Jim.
Pick it on you, buds.
We'll be back after this.
A little bit of
In this
FOMO.
stream,
Oh,
vehicles
it's only
all
gotta,
pass
yeah, it's gotta be
over
the
resources
grass one.
doing
Okay.
well that floats our boats.
There's no sinking this boat, Glenda.
A chilly day
Here we go.
with temperatures a little low, so if you're heading out, don't forget your jacket.
Are there any regular Twitch viewers here? I would imagine so. Definitely some OGs from the early days of YouTube. But should be a bit of a mixed group here. And our goal, like, if you like the Twitch streams, check them out. If you like the YouTube streams, check them out. If you like both, check them out. But I want the streams is to feel like they're made for the platform. Twitch is a bit more chaotic. YouTube feels more chill. And I enjoy, like, the difference between the streams. That is a beautiful tram, dude. With a little bit of bus overlap even. I love that. But we're not going too far because, you know, no one lives down here yet, but... And then I'd make the argument, like, the Twitch ecosphere was built because we made the effort into the Twitch sphere, or YouTube sphere once. Wow, words, you're just like, you know, just, okay. Forget it. Leave me alone. You know what's kind of cool too with this, right? You can put your tram on one side of the road only. Like, that is such a wild feature. Little things like this. It's almost like some kind of hybrid between Transport Fever and cities is needed at this point, eh? Oh, and I forgot these got added, the tram loopies. Oh, I love that. Love that, love that, love that. Okay, tram. Maybe right there. Just to encourage the transferring. Hipster, I have to figure out how. And I also kind of like, it's almost like a fun surprise if you make it while the live is still happening. In my mind, though, I think I got very distracted today with the conversation, which is nothing wrong with that. But this just is supposed to be more like a live action YouTube video that you're welcome to hang out and keep me company during. I was like very deep in the chat today. Nothing wrong with that, of course, but... When we start downtown, it could be next stream, so Friday. It's just going to be very expensive. Like, I got to buy the tiles for this quadrant right here. It's almost like we got to build this one out first to comfortably have a good footing to start going downtown. Hipster, hello, hope you're well. Yeah, so the, I don't know how to actually, like, grab a link yet. I'm still pretty new to, like, actually live streaming on Twitch, or YouTube. See what I mean? I can even, like, DM you, though. Okay. So, tram stops are in place. Let's put the tram line in there now. And then we've got just a few minutes left if you wanted to start with one good bicycle corridor. Ooh, I completely forgot about that. I like Fossabot for YouTube. Integration is easier. I don't have a single bot running. I don't have a single moderator. It literally is just like raw over here. We're just like recording in my mind a YouTube video. You just happen to be part of it. I can chit chat with you. I'm a very simple person when it comes to the YouTube, and I think YouTube kind of lends itself to that. Bit more production value. Feels like it's worth it for the lives on Twitch. I don't know though. I see more time to kind of run some numbers, I guess, eh? Okay, I'm a sucker for a good tram line, but if you ride this up and down, you will have no time for your buses, my friend. Right. No, bicycles. You see what I mean? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, my days. Bicycles. So one continuous, uninterrupted bicycle route across town would definitely jazz me up right now. And this is going to be even more parking that we're taking out, and I don't want to lose that thought, so we're going to toss down some parking lots as well. Much to my pleasant surprise, our like highways holding on, eh? That new interchange is doing its job very well. See, looks good. Thanks. Yeah, I'm like pleasantly surprised at how it's evolving here. Very grid. We're going for North American design, a little bit of Seattle approach. We've got Old City, the original core, old waterfront, transition into downtown, big buildings, and then industrial waterfront. And we'll just kind of see how the outskirts take us. And then bicycle infrastructure. Keep with that. That should connect to the talking pathway right there. And then we're going to want some... Oh, let's do this wide boy street here, eh? Yeah. Why not go for a tram ride and a bus ride? We'll do it. It's just time consuming, but like in a good way time consuming. I don't want to feel like we're in a rush here, but that feeling of like, oh, we didn't quite get it all done. Come back for next one. Like, that's what I'm trying to go for here. Even for like me. This is one of those games where you can accidentally play this for like 12 hours and be like, what? And then you've also pretty much like done nothing the whole 12 hours, which is kind of funny. But definitely like cinematic views of the city once it's built. Oh, I just realized we go right by the cemetery near the school. This is a very good bike route right here. And then we had talked about trying to put some fun like park stuff or anything through here. So I might just do a standalone bike path right here. Oh, you could do bicycle bridges. Oh, that's cool. Nixu, hello, welcome in. Just kind of the tail end here. And then I like this. I do personally like that running right next to it, but the way the cars and the bicycles want to kind of cross the curb, it's going to be a little bit awkward. So we'll give us a bit more space, but... that'll be nice too, I think.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special news bulletin.
A severe hailstorm is approaching. Damage
Oh, no.
to crops and property is expected. We urge citizens to stay inside until the storm is past.
I know, seeing it up close and personal, that for me, like what we were saying before, like the model railroad kind of approach. It's like a digital model railroad town we're building here. I love that feeling. I don't know if I like how that just abruptly ends. That feels like it's going to want to have a another supporting road. Oh, actually, why don't we just cut that distance in half so that bicycles can go across. Same with pedestrians, but cars can't. And then you have an uninterrupted. Oh, I love that. Yeah, I love that. Cut back on the amount of intersections. Yeah, and then we can just add this to here. That's cool. And then next to our next YouTube day will be on Friday. Actually, that's really nice. Very, very nice. Friday, not Thursday. No, it's like Friday morning. We can start with that, and then we can switch over to some YouTube after, and that could be well, I keep getting my words mixed up here. We'll switch over to Twitch after, and then we can get some Red Dead or something in. We'll work on a schedule that will make sense for us, but we're still trying to figure it out in the interim, right? That's our one-way setup here. Could do one-way on this. I feel like it's important to start with this stuff early, because if you're adding it as an afterthought, I feel like it's, one, tough to kind of like navigate around your already built infrastructure, but it just doesn't look correct. It really would just look like an afterthought. So downtown Vancouver, they added a elevated metro line in the 80s. And it is so apparent that it's an afterthought. It's very cool, very functional. It just meanders, it like changes elevation, but it just is very, you know, if you're like brand new to Cities 1 and you're like, oh, I'm just going to build a metro. Kind of feels like that in a goofy way. So even if it's not like the world's greatest or the most amount of infrastructure, just a little bit, you know, a little bit of bicycle stuff here makes me happy. And we have our Goof Troop Triangle About. I love it. Okay, that'll be the last one. And then we'll put in some parking to replace some of the parking we took out by losing lanes. And then parking, it's very necessary. Before you're like, oh, I don't know, dude. You need it. You really do need it. You need bicycle parking too, but parking just creates a lot of traffic. So we're going to try to be prepared for that. We'll monitor some areas. There's some tricks that we could do. And that would be like using one-way roads, using roads that have dividers down the middle. But put it in. See if there's any issues with it. Adjust it after if we need to, right? There's some parking close to our transit. At the copyright-free music design can be used from Epidemic Pop, like Beam's Higher Standards as an example. Do you have to pay for a subscription for that if you're the creator? I know Epidemic, but I've never signed or did anything with them though. I just try to find music that's like, you know, not too bad for the background, but we're not really here for the music.
Don't touch that dial.
We're live, and we're getting reports about a traffic accident somewhere in the city.
Road maintenance
These ads are
services
too
have
funny.
already been dispatched, and
This just in from traffic. If you're thinking about...
I really wish they had Cities 1 throwback music though. Yeah, so I feel like, you know, we just spent all our money again here, eh? This game is a bamboozle, dude. There's never a moment where you're like, all right, we're done. Now I gotta save up and buy some more stuff, right? Okay, bicycle parking, please and thank you. Oh, that would be grand near the transit turnaround. I use YouTube for music since I don't record anything. Fair. Then do you have like an ad blocker or premium or something? So I'm a Spotify for music kind of man. YouTube secondary. Well, I like how it shows you the bicycle route. when you're in this view. Oh, that's actually very fresh. Yeah, yeah, yeah. How much do these cost? Oh, that's not too expensive. Yeah, it's a bit of a touchy subject, but the AI music, you know, you can't run into copyright problems with that. So it's always a fallback, but let's kind of see how that starts to settle, though, you know? But I feel like, you know, the game company puts out a pretty banging soundtrack. We can listen to that while we're playing the game. If we want some custom music, if we're going for a little bit of a longer haul, we can find some, I'm sure. But hopefully you guys are here for the chill vibes, right? Not the music, you know? No, I for commercials or skip them. Commercials could be good, but the most of the time they're not. Okay, maybe just one more in of these over here. Small bicycle shelter. I can't resist. It's just so fun putting stuff down, eh? What part of the city could you... Oh, near the school. Absolutely. Absolutely, buds. And then I'll save up for one parking lot, and I'll put that in here, too. Need one on either side. You can download City Skylines music and play it in the game. You can, yeah. Or just find like the soundtrack elsewhere. But yeah, like Surviving Mars, I loved that one as a soundtrack, and I loved the Synthetic Dawn Cities 1 radio station. That was so phenomenal. Look for the stadium. We'll be at level 9 for our stadium unlock, and that'll go downtown. We're getting very close now, just crossing to 7. And then we could cheat and use the mods in Anarchy to grab it. There's nothing longer than waiting for your money to... it's like watching paint dry, right? There we go. Oh, the stadium in front of me. Oh, what about it? This one's just front of the part of the high school here. I like that. And if we're going for like a North American school, in air quotes, we'd have a lot of kids drive to high school. And if that blows your mind, depending on where you live, it's just kind of normal for us. You know, it's very exciting to get mom and dad, you know. Help, I need the keys today, please. I gotta drive. Gotta impress little Johnny. And then we got a signature building or two we can place down too, right? A bookshop near here. That's a cute idea. Oh, yeah, look at that, eh? Steven, this is pretty much the tail end. We're just over 2 hours. We've got some parking. We've got... this is what I was talking about. Traffic-wise, you can kind of see right here. This could become an issue. We'll just have to kind of monitor, right? But parking lots do create traffic. We got bicycles. We got trams. We got a diverging diamond. The old Roundaboutles. We don't have as many as I thought we'd have in the city. But I feel like for the North American city building approach, a lot of it would be like the transformation. Once you realize that what you did needs a little bit more flow through or something. Oh, that's us trying to stretch our services a little bit too thin by the looks of it. I'm going to take out a loan to justify this one here. Are there any last minute questions or thoughts you guys have? And again, if you guys are watching this via the VOD, hello. Hope you're having a great day. Stay hydrated, please. I'll drink some water right now, even. And if you have questions, suggestions, what I'll try to do is, like, you know, go through the comments and then get that for the next episode in air quotes. Selyang multi-purpose tracks, definitely a North American thing. Like, this looks like almost identical. I could find 2 or 3 schools near where I grew up that had this. And then when I lived in Chilliwack, we had like a big outdoor field that was like this too. We had our firework drone show for New Year's there. Yeah, I was on the running track when I was in high school. I was a very fast kid. I guess I'm still fast, but they put me on everything. So fond memories, eh? I like it. And of course, you gotta play some hockey too, so. Oh, April. I'm very happy to help, eh? April, you can shop by what's popular. And if you have any mod questions, you come find me here. You find me on Twitch. Otherwise, you can just download, like, literally as much as you want and then change them around to be different play sets. Maharkis, yo, thanks for being with us, eh? It's fun. It's chill. I really enjoy this. Like, this game is a gem. If you haven't played in eons, like, I really recommend coming back to it. Big, big, big performance updates. Is that the wrong kind of... That's not even a parking lot. I thought that was a parking lot. Oh, my heaven. Oh, this is the farmer's market. Oh, they don't have enough customers. Oh. Well, you need more people coming down here. Let's not get too carried away. You see what I mean? This game, you just don't stop. You're just between putting stuff down. You can definitely go bananas with mods. Mods will affect your computer's performance, so expect a slight slowdown. But you could make the argument if the mod you're downloading helps like traffic, you know, helps your design element. Maybe that's a net gain. You're going to cost some resources to run it, but you'll save some resources with the headaches you're solving, right? Yeah, the trams. We just need more customers down here. Got to build out the network a bit more. But we're profitable. We do have some loans to pay off. I think I can just... Oh, did you put down your clinic? Did you put down that clinic? I don't think so. I almost did. Sneaky, sneaky. We'll do a modern medical clinic since we have some people zoned. We've got the bus turnarounds. We happen to have some commercial shopping. Let's just put that right in there. And then we'll need more schools and stuff. That'll be the next endeavor. Turn that sideways. Help that one out a bit better. Well, I feel like that's about it then for today. I'm left with wanting more. Hopefully you guys are too. If you haven't already, like, if you don't mind, just thumbs up the video. If you enjoyed it, you can dislike it too. You're entitled to your opinion, even if it makes me cry a little bit inside. What do they say? Even bad publicity is good publicity, right? Yeah, you guys drop me your thoughts. I appreciate you hanging out. We'll be back around the same time Friday morning. And if we feel like those days don't work, no problem. But I think Tuesdays and Fridays, and then you watch at your leisure. And this will hopefully be the gateway for some more long-form content that we can record ahead of time. If not, we'll see you again. Let me do one little zoom in over here. This is definitely the highlight of today's stream, eh? A functional diverging diamond. Incredible. That's cool. We see more customers to use it, eh? All right, well, as they say, love, peace, and hair grease. This is Canada checking out. I really appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Stay hydrated. Be wonderful out there. Report back. Tell me all about it. Have yourselves a great rest of the day.